ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna, we continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16. How Parikshit received the age of Kali, Shloka 31 to 33. Atmanam chanushochami
आत्मानं च अनुशोचामि
bhavantam cha amara uttamam
भवन्तं च अमर उत्तमम्
devan pitrun rishin sadhun
देवान् पितॄन् ऋषीन् साधून्
sarvan varnan tata ashraman
सर्वान् वर्णान् तथा आश्रमान्
brahma adaya bahutitam yat pang moksha
ब्रह्मादय बहुतीर्थं यदपाङ्गमोक्ष
kama tapasamacharan bhagvat prapanna
कामात् सॉरी कामः
tapasamacharan bhagvat
तपः समचरन् भगवत् प्रपन्नाः
सा श्री स्ववासम अरविंदवनम विहाय
सा श्री स्ववास अरविंद वनम विहाय
यत्पाद सौभगम अलम भजते अनुरक्ता
यत्पाद सौभगमलम भजते अनुरक्ता
तस्य हम अब्ज कुलीश अंकुश केतु केतैहि
तस्य अहम अब्ज कुलिश अंकुश केतु केतैः
श्रीमद् पदै भगवत सम अलंकृति
श्री
अलंकृतांगी
श्रीमत्पदै भगवतः सम अलंकृतांगी
त्रिनति अरोचोपलभ्य ततः विभूतिम
श्रीनति अरोच उपलब्ध ततः विभूतिम
लोकान् स मां विसृजत् उत्स्मयतिम तद अन्ते
लोकान् समां व्यसृजत उस उत्स्मयन्ति तद अन्ते
आत्मानं च नु शोचामि भवन्तं च अमर उत्तमं देवान् पितॄन् ऋषीन् साधून् सर्वान् वर्णान् तथा आश्रमान् ब्रह्म आदय बहुतीर्थं यत् अपांग मोक्ष कामः तपः समचरन् भगवत् प्रपन्नाः सा श्री स्ववासम् अरविन्दवनं विहाय यत्पाद सौभगम् अलम् भजते अनुरक्ता अस्य अहम् अब्जकुलिश अंकुश केतु केते श्रीमत्पदै भगवतः समलंकृतांगी त्रीन् अति अरोचोपलभ्य तत विभूतिं लोकान् सह मां विसृजतु उत्समयतिं तद अन्ते। हरे कृष्ण।
आत्मानं च
ट्रांसलेशन।
अनुशोचामि भवन्तं च अमर उत्तमं देवान् पितॄन् अशीन् साधून् सर्वान् वर्णान् तथा आश्रमान् ब्रह्मादयो बहुतीर्थं यदपाङ्ग पाङ्ग मोक्ष कामः तपः संचरन् भगवत् प्रपन्नाः सा श्री स्ववासमरविन्दवनं विहाय यत्पादसौभगम् अमलं भजन्ते अनुरक्ता तस्य अहम् अब्जकुलिशङ्क कुशकेतुकेतैः श्रीमत्पदः भगवतः समलंकृतांगी त्रिनति अरोच उपलब्ध ततः विभूतिं लोकान् समां व्यत्सृजत् स्मयन्ति तद अन्ते
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I am thinking about myself and also own best amongst the demigods, about you, as well as about all the demigods, sages, denizens of Pitṛloka, deities of the Lord, and all men obedient to the system of varna and ashram in human society. Lakshmījī, the goddess of fortune, whose glance of grace was sought by demigods like Brahma, and for whom they surrendered many a day unto the personality of Godhead, gave up her own abode in the forest of lotus flowers and engaged herself in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. I was endued with specific power to supersede the fortune of all the three planetary systems by being decorated with the impression of the flag, thunderbolt, elephant driving rod, and lotus flower, which are signs of the lotus feet of the Lord. But at the end, when I felt I was so fortunate, the Lord left me. Purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. To effect the perfection of human life, there is cooperation between men and demigod, such as denizens of the Pitṛloka, devotees of the Lord, and the scientist system of varṇa, āśrama, order of life. The distinction between human life and animal life therefore begins with the scientific system of varnashram, guided by the experience of the sages in relation with the demigods, gradually rising to submit re-establishing our eternal relation with supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead, Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. When God made varnashram dharma, which is strictly meant for developing animal consciousness into human consciousness and human consciousness into godly consciousness, is broken by advancement of foolish men. The whole system of peaceful and progressive life is at once disturbed. In the age of Kali, the first attack of the venomous snake strikes against the god-made Varnashram Dharma, and thus a person properly qualified as a Brahmana is called a Shudra. And a Shudra by qualification is passing as a Brahmana, all on a false birthright claim. To become a Brahmana by birthright claim is not at all bona fide. Although it may be a fulfillment of one of the conditions, but the real qualification of a Brahmana is to control the mind and the senses and to cultivate tolerance, simplicity, cleanliness, knowledge, truthfulness, devotion, and faith in the Vedic wisdom. In the present age, consideration of necessary qualification is being neglected, and the false birthright claim is being supported even by a popular, sophisticated poet, the author of Ram Charitmanas. This is all due to the influence of age of Kali. Thus, Mother Earth, represented as a cow, was lamenting the regrettable condition. The beauty and opulence of the world can be enhanced by the grace of the Lord and not by any man-made planning. When the Lord Sri Krishna was present on this earth, impression of the special signs of his lotus feet were stamped on dust, and as a result of this specific glance, the whole earth was made as perfect as possible. In other words, the river, the seas, forests, hills, and mines, which are the supplying agents for the necessities of men and animals, were fully discharging their respective duties. Therefore, the riches of the world surpass all riches of all other planets in three planetary systems of universe. One should therefore ask that the grace of the Lord always be present on earth so that we may be favored with his causeless mercy and be happy. Having all necessities of life, one may ask how we can detain the Supreme Lord on this earth after his mission is fulfilled and he has left this earth for his own abode. The answer is that there is no need to detain the Lord. The Lord, being omnipresent, can be present with us if we want him at all. By his omnipresence, he can always be with us if we are attached to his devotional service by hearing, chanting, and remembering, etc. There is nothing in the world with the which Lord is disconnected. The only thing we must learn is to excavate the source of connection and thus be linked with him by offenseless service. We can be connected with him by the transcendental sound representation of Lord. The holy name of Lord and Lord himself are identical, and one who chants holy name of Lord in an offenseless manner can at once realize that Lord is present before him. Even by vibration of radio sound, we can partially realize sound relativity, and by surrounding sound of transcendence, we can verily feel presence of the Lord. In this age, when everything is polluted by contamination of Kali, it is instructed in the scriptures and preached by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, we can at once be free from contamination and gradually rise to the status of transcendental and go back home to Godhead. The offenseless chanter of the holy name of the Lord is as auspicious as the Lord himself, and the movement of pure devotees of the Lord all over the world can at once change the troublesome face of the world. Only by the propagation of the chanting of the holy name of the Lord can we be immune from all effects of the age of Kali. Om Jnanatimirandasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्दे अहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा. We try to understand shloka 31 to 33. In 31 shloka, Prithvi Mata in the form of cow uh, lamenting about the condition, today's condition, and she is lamenting the regrettable condition today's, because of the influence of the Kali. And 30 to 33 shlokas, they are uh, describing about the Lakshmi's uh, glance of grace was sought by demigods like Brahma, and for whom they surrender many did unto the personality. And here they told about the grace of Lord always be present on earth so that we may be favored with the causeless mercy and be happy. Then again they describing about there is nothing in the world without the Lord, is disconnected. And when we chanting the holy name of the Lord, we can at once be free from all contamination. Prabhuji will tell us again, we us in detail. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So Mother Earth, as we were discussing since last couple of days, is responding to the questions raised by Dharmaraj. So here we find that all the questions, why she is unhappy, why she is feeling troublesome, they're being responded by Mother Cow. And she initially starts with how she is unhappy because of the absence of Krishna. What were all the good qualities of Krishna, how Krishna's presence prevented the age of Kali from progressing. But then,
Your voice
as
is
soon
low,
as
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Am I audible now? Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Hare
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Bo-
yes.
yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mataji. So now she is answering to those questions, and she has started how because of Krishna's absence, she is feeling that she is very unfortunate. Because as long as Krishna was there, she felt that she is so fortunate. Because Krishna's presence has enabled dharma or religion to be established. And who is interested in dharma or religion? Only those who are completely surrendered to Krishna, those who abide by the instructions of Krishna, those who follow the rules and the instructions given by Krishna. Suraha. And who generally are them? That is mentioned by Mother Earth here clearly. So it starts with the cows, then it moves to Dharmaraj, definitely, the demigods, the sages, the devotees of the Lord, and all the men who obey the varnashrama system. So all these, they get protection of Krishna in some form or the other. And that is why, if you remember, Krishna himself has said about this varnashrama system in Bhagavad Gita 4.13, चातुर्वर्ण्यम मया सृष्टम गुण कर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्ता अहम अपि मा विद्य कर्ता अव्ययम. So he is saying that according to the three modes of material nature, it is clearly mentioned here, guna, karma, vibhaga, shah, and the work associated with them. Chaturvarnyam, the four divisions of human society are created by Maya, by me. And although I am a creator of this system, you should know that I am not the going to be disturbed or going to be changed by it. So Krishna is creator. He is the one who is creating everything. And even the Chaturvarnya system is something which is created by Krishna. Prabhupada explains the significance. And same is being highlighted even by the earth here. How this system is the one which distinguishes someone from animal life. Because for animals it is not there. So the distinction between an animal and a human starts with who follows the varna and āśrama. And how is it to be followed? It has to be followed under the guidance of experience of the sages. It has to be followed in relation with the demigods. And the objective is to slowly rise to the objective of re-establishing our relationship with Krishna. And the moment this is not followed, the whole system is destroyed and there is foolishness. There is no peace, no progress, nothing. Generally, if we are given, say, something to break, some say stick to be broken, what we generally try to do is we find which is the weakest spot. And on that we put the pressure and the whole thing breaks immediately. So similarly, if someone has to be broken, then the weakest spot has to be found. And if you have to destroy everything symmetrically, then you have to find that one spot which is holding everything together. The human society, as we see here, is being held together by varnashram system. So Kali Yuga attacks first the varnashram system. So while it was mentioned here, Guna Vibhagashaha, the moment Kali has progressed, people have forgotten about Guna Vibhagashaha. They are talking about Janma Vibhagashaha, which is false. And that is why the purity, the importance which Varnashrama system was created with is destroyed. Those who are not qualified are claiming themselves to be Brahmana, and those who are qualified, they are not able to work as a Brahmana because they are being labeled as Shudra. The real qualification of Brahmana is not birth, it is the ability to control mind and senses, to be tolerant, to live simply, to manage cleanliness, to have knowledge, to be truthful, to have full faith in the Vedic wisdom, and to be completely devoted to Śrī Kṛṣṇa. But this is exactly where Kali has affected. Prabhupada talks about Ramcharitmanas, which is written by Tulsidas ji, but then this was something which is written in Kali Yuga. And so the influence of Kali Yuga is seen in that writing, wherein the varnashram is mentioned as birthright, while it is not birthright. And why Krishna did all these things is so that we understand our relationship with Krishna and aspire to get out of this place of miseries, dukkhalayam, a place which is temporary, ashashvatam. While Krishna's abode from where we come is the permanent place, shashvat, where we have Sat Chit Ananda. Krishna is present as Sat Chit Ananda there. And wherever Krishna comes, he carries all these things. So whatever beauty and opulence we see anywhere is actually created by Krishna. Otherwise, how is it that a big banyan tree, that capability is present in such a small seed of the banyan tree? Why is it that watermelon is being grown on the ground and not on the top? Everything is Krishna's mercy. He has the perfect plan. And so those who doubt that why bad things are happening to me should have faith in Krishna. If someone is not listening to us, someone is troubling us, it is all a plan of Krishna to make us more suitable to get back home, back to Godhead in the eternal relationship of servitude. Jivera Swarup hai Nityera Krishna Das. We should be very grateful to Krishna. And whatever beautiful things we see, we should know that this is all a gift of Krishna to us. So wherever there is Krishna, there is success and there is everything good happening. And this is what the conclusion was, which was reached by in Bhagavad Gita, the last shloka. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. So, this is how again was, after hearing to everything, this is what was mentioned to the Dhritarashtra. So we have to understand that this is the fact. This is not just a simple declaration. So everything is there with the objective that somehow or the other, we have to promote everyone to their original position. And Krishna is always there with every one of us. It would never happen that Krishna is disconnected from us just because we are here. In fact, it is we who have somehow covered that linkage or the connection with Krishna. So we just have to reopen that link. And how do we do it? The best way is by the transcendental sound representation of Krishna. The holy name of the Lord and the Lord himself are identical. So if someone is able to chant the holy name of the Lord in an offenseless manner, then he can realize that Lord is present before him. Even the vibrations, what we hear of anything else, even say maybe a radio, a tape recorder or a TV or a mobile or anything, even that has got sound relativity. And if that is something which is talking about Krishna Leela, playing Krishna Katha, glorifying Krishna through bhajans and kirtans, even that can simply open up our heart. While Kali has polluted almost everything, there is one good quality of Kali, and that is the process to go back home, back to Godhead has become easier. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who is Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa himself. He has come to train us, and he has guided us that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, we can get free from the contamination. So, offenseless chanting of the holy name is very important. It reestablishes our connection with Krishna. So, if we really want Krishna presence to be felt and no ill effects of anything to be available, then we have to surrender to Krishna through his holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mother Earth was feeling very lucky because when Krishna walked on earth, all the signs on the lotus feet of Krishna, they were imprinted on the Mother Earth. And this is something which is mentioned in so many places in Bhagavatam. Prabhupada ji talks about it in the first canto, 8 chapter 39 shloka also. Same thing we are seeing in this shloka number 32 and 33. We'll be seeing it again in the 10th canto as well. How the lotus feet are marked by Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. So wherever we see, and that is why those lotus feet are very, very important. In Chaitanya Charitamrita also, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also, the same thing is mentioned. Krishna's smile, fragrance of his body, the marks on his feet, everything is very, very special. So when it comes to the marks, there's one very good comparison which is being made. Like Lord Nityananda Prabhu's feet, lotus feet, on the right side there are 12 marks, on the left side again 12. Krishna's right side there are 11, left foot there are 8. Radharani, right is 8 and left is 11. So there's such a wonderful aspect to understand. And all these are highly auspicious marks. And when they're mentioned, the objective is that we realize Krishna's presence through it. So the lotus feet of Krishna is very, very important. That is our eternal position, that we serve the lotus feet of Krishna. And that is why when we visit any temple, when we are seeing the deities, we request Krishna, you please see us. And when we are seeing, we start by seeing at the lotus feet. Even Bhagavatam, when it is compared to the body of Krishna, it is mentioned Canto 1 and Canto 2 are the feet of Krishna. So such is the importance of those lotus feet which imprinted on Mother Earth, and that is why she was very, very happy. So we too have the opportunity. We too can pray Krishna, Krishna, please imprint your lotus feet in our heart. And for that we need to clean the heart, Chetu Darpan Marjanam, and for that we need to do the chanting of the holy name without any offenses. Thank you very much.